Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, back in the studio. Thank God it's Friday. It felt like we just did the TOC, but did they just announce who the teams for next year are going to be?
This will be for 2027. So, yeah, mid-January of 2027. These will be the teams coming in. And, yes, they did announce them yesterday out at Convoy of Hope. And it's a pretty good field of teams coming in, as you might expect. Bartlett from Tennessee, which has been here before, will be back again. So has Milton High School from Georgia. That's in the Atlanta suburbs. But by far the team that has been to Springfield for the Tournament of Champions more than any other national team is Christ the King out of New York City, and they will be here again. Bishop Gorman from Las Vegas, which is one of the top prep programs in America, they're coming in. And Second Baptist, I must admit I'm not familiar with them, but Second Baptist from the state of Texas will be into play. Now, three Missouri teams, the one representing the entire state is Webster Groves out of the St. Louis area. And the local teams will be the Springfield Hillcrest Hornets, who should be pretty good next year, and Logan Rogersville, who will be pretty good next year, reigning state champions. So it'll be a lot of fun and a very good tournament.
And again, it's always a great chance to see some of these kids that are probably going to be in the NBA someday, for sure. And on that note, I know last weekend was a lot of fun watching the Masters. How does the PGA come back after something like that?
Well, they come back with the RBC Heritage Classic at Hilton Head, South Carolina. And to really kind of pump up the field a little bit, this is another signature event. It's a $20 million purse, so many of the big-timers are playing in this one. Rory McIlroy is not. He's going home to Ireland for a short time, and then he'll be back for the remainder of the PGA Tour. The leader after one round with an 8-under par 63 is a really fine golfer, Ludvig Åberg, who is from Norway. And I love this, too. He's from Norway, but he played his college golf at Texas Tech out in Lubbock, Texas. Well, you talk about a geographic diversity, that is it. Anyway, he has the lead at 63, leads two other golfers by one stroke, ways to go on the Heritage Classic. It is a $20 million purse. Victor Hovland and Harris English are tied for second place.
And I remember saying this to you about a month or two ago in regards to the St. Louis Blues. All I can ask at this point is they finished the season over 500, and they did only that. They finished it with the win last night.
They did indeed, 5-3 over the Utah Mammoth, and Utah is into the Stanley Cup, and the Blues are not. But the encouraging thing about the St. Louis Blues is that they have really played the final stretch of this season, really kind of after the Olympics, have played it with winning hockey and done very well. That certainly bodes very well for next year. They're a young and very aggressive team, and they should do well. And if you're making bets on teams that make the Stanley Cup playoffs, bet on them for next year. Blues win 5-3 over Utah.
Finally, the Kansas City Royals were able to get some offense against Detroit. But unfortunately, Detroit just got a little bit more offense.
9 runs on 13 hits for the Kansas City Royals, a couple of home runs. This team has been slumbering here at the start of the season on their offense, and many of the big names have really not come through. Caglione doesn't have a home run yet, and Bobby Witt Jr., while he has hit well, it's still the rest of the team. Pascantino has not. Anyway, beside the point, 9 runs, 13 hits, 2 home runs, and had the lead over the Detroit Tigers late in the game and lost it. Lost it with a run in the last of the 9th inning. Detroit wins 10-9. Kansas City just can't get over the hump. The Cardinals didn't play yesterday. They do tonight. They'll be down in Houston to play the Houston Astros, and well, we'll find out if the Cardinals are for real. They took 2 out of 3 from the Cleveland Guardians, so we'll see what happens.
And did you hear the rumors? They're pretty much, I think, pretty close to getting that stadium built in Kansas City.
Well, yeah, they're apparently going to start on destruction of Kauffman Stadium in the near future, not this year, of course, but in the coming years, and then get the new stadium built downtown somewhere, probably near the Power and Light District.
Yeah, that's the thought. What Mayor Q said yesterday kind of makes me think that they've already got a done deal. They just got to make sure everything's paid for or whatever. I don't know. Springfield Cardinals on the road, taking on the Wind Surge. How'd they do in Wichita?
Well, Springfield was looking to break a 7-game losing streak when they took the field last night, and they did it. They were whacking the ball all over in Wichita, but I'll tell you, the pitching does need some help. Cardinals do win. They break that losing streak. 10-7 is the final score. Beat the Wichita Wind Surge. But the pitching still is a little bit on the dicey side. The Wind Surge, not a great, strong team, did manage to get more hits than the Springfield Cardinals did, but they didn't get more runs. 10-7, Springfield wins, and maybe the pendulum has begun to swing the other way. Now, hope so, anyway.
Yeah, hopefully they don't have a 2-week losing streak like they just got through. We got Missouri State baseball in town this weekend.
And Drury. Both teams are here in town. The Bears will be hosting Western Kentucky. Conference games. It'll be Friday night tonight, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon. Tonight's game might be a little bit in jeopardy, judging by the weather, but you never know. Anyway, it's a 3-game series. And then Drury takes on Upper Iowa out of Fayette, Iowa. And this will be the third time that Drury and Upper Iowa have played. Upper Iowa is a newcomer to the conference to which Drury belongs. So Drury and Upper Iowa, they play out at Meadow Park on South Fremont.
Ned, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Monday.